Malaysia Appoints New Chief Justice and Judicial Leadership by AZLAN ADNAN May, 18th of July 2025, at Haberster 1. H.O. New Top Judicial Figures. Datuk Wan Ahmad Farid Wan Salleh has been appointed as the 17th Chief Justice of Malaysia, effective 28th of July 2025. His elevation follows weeks of speculation, debate, and constitutional delays, filling a critical leadership vacuum at the pinnacle of Malaysia's judiciary. Datuk Abu Bakar Jaish has been appointed as the President of the Court of Appeal, while Datuk Aziza Nawawi has been named Chief Judge of Sabah and Sarawak. These appointments complete the triad of judicial leadership roles required to maintain administrative and legal continuity in the courts. All three appointments were formalized after receiving royal assent from the Conference of Rulers in the early hours of 18th of July 2025. Number 2. When and where? Timeline and venue. The formal swearing-in ceremony for the Chief Justice is scheduled for 28th of July 2025 at the Palace of Justice in Putrajaya. The prior Chief Justice, Tun Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat, retired on the 2nd of July. Her successor was not immediately named, leading to a prolonged period of uncertainty marked by escalating public pressure, media scrutiny, and concern over judicial independence. Number 3. What appointment details? The newly appointed Chief Justice, Wan Ahmad Farid, previously served in the Court of Appeal and was considered a dark horse candidate. While not the most senior judge available, his legal credentials, along with a pivotal 2022 recusal that underscored his awareness of judicial independence, appear to have played a significant role in his selection. The appointments ended a nearly 3-week gap in judicial leadership that had drawn considerable criticism, including a peaceful lawyers' protest march titled Walk for Justice on the 14th of July. 4. Why? Reasons behind reactions. Support from the legal community. The Malaysian Bar Council praised the appointment, citing Wan Ahmad Farid's impartiality and principled judicial record, especially his recusal in the controversial Laidlaw Najib case in 2022. Then, he had stated that public perception of the independence of the judiciary should not in doubt. Former Chief Justices Tun Arifin Zakaria, Tun Mehdi Rao Sharif, and Tun Zaki Azmi all backed his appointment, along with senior legal practitioners such as Datuk Baljit Singh Sidhu. Tashash. Political reactions and reservations. Some Pakatan Harapan lawmakers, especially from KEADILAN and PKR, expressed concern over the perceived lack of transparency in the nomination process. Despite accepting the outcome, they warned against backsliding on broader judicial reforms. Critics also pointed out Wan Ahmad Farid's past political affiliations, particularly his time as a former deputy minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Legal Affairs, under UMNO in 2008. However, many legal observers argue that his conduct on the bench has proven him capable of impartiality. Public reaction. Relief, but also disquiet. Civil society groups such as Bersih and Swaram welcome the appointments as a step towards stabilizing the judiciary, but stressed the need for more systemic reform. Among the general public and legal fraternity, however, there is growing unease over Wan Ahmad Farid's leapfrogging of the seniority ladder. He is currently ranked 26th in seniority among judges of the superior courts. His appointment, skipping over 25 more senior judges, has raised more than eyebrows, with many questioning whether he possesses the requisite wisdom, experience, and institutional respect to lead the judiciary. Legal academics and practitioners have voiced concern that such a drastic elevation may undermine morale within the judiciary, potentially fostering resentment or insecurity among other judges who were passed over without clear rationale. The Malaysian Bar described the appointments as a precious gift, but noted that 31 other judicial vacancies remain unfilled, urging the Judicial Appointments Commission, JC, and government to expedite those selections. Number 5. How? Mechanism of approval. Judicial appointments to Malaysia's apex courts are governed by Article 122B of the Federal Constitution, which mandates 1. Nomination by the Prime Minister, in this case, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. 2. Consent by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, following consultation with the Conference of Rulers. Contrary to popular belief, seniority is not a constitutional requirement for these posts. The only legal prerequisite is a minimum of 10 years of experience as a judge in a superior court. The Conference of Rulers held multiple rounds of consultations before granting consent, a process that reportedly involved significant deliberation, possibly due to the political sensitivity of the appointment. Number 6. What impact? Broader implications. Institutional stability and legal continuity. The prompt installation of leadership in the judiciary ensures that pending high-profile appeals, including politically sensitive corruption cases, can now proceed without procedural roadblocks. This stabilization is vital for foreign investor confidence, as Malaysia continues to navigate politically complex economic reforms. Transparency and judicial reform. There is strong consensus across civil society and the legal profession that judicial reform must go beyond filling vacancies. Suggestions include revisiting the structure of the JAC to make its selection process more transparent, introducing independent oversight mechanisms for judicial conduct, legislating clearer boundaries to insulate the judiciary from executive interference, public trust in rule of law. The resolution of the CJ appointment deadlock has momentarily eased public concern. However, many lawyers and activists argue that the damage done by weeks of silence and perceived opacity needs to be actively repaired. Trust in Malaysia's judiciary is still fragile, especially in the wake of a leaked memo earlier this month that alleged improper influence over judicial nominations, a claim still under internal review. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope, so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed, now seek the skies, and slowly, clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again. Its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.